A woman could easily choose to have multiple kids with multiple fathers and sit back and pick up checks every month. Every month. Is this right? Where lies accountability on the part of the woman? Kenya has abolished 50-50% sharing of properties at divorce. You are welcome to my channel. It's always great to be an African, whether in the east, south, west, or the north. I'm Cyrus, and this is Tuntum Network in Accra, Ghana. First of all, I want to thank God, for this passion He's given me to pursue this social media thing. This channel has been tremendously a blessing to me. Finally, I have completed the studio and I'm ready to host guests up to 4 and go live as well. I couldn't have done this without my faithful subscribers. God bless you and God help you in your pursuit of your dreams as well. Now, on to the business of the day. I must say that many times some African countries does something that catches my interest with excitement. And ladies and gentlemen, this is one of those times, and I'll be honest with you, this is one of those times, and it's done by none other but Kenya, the safari destination, the true jewel of the East. This is what the judicial system did last year concerning marriage and divorce. A 5-member judge unanimously ruled to abolish 50-50% sharing of property at divorce. Yes, in Kenya. Since last year, you don't just get up as a woman for the sake of milking your man and ask for divorce and expect to be compensated with 50% of his wealth. It's not happening in Kenya. This is what the judges said, and I quote, "Contribution to the acquisition of matrimonial property may not have been done on an equal basis," which is a fact, as one party may have significantly contributed more in acquiring property financially as opposed to the other party. End of quote. In simple terms, it's likely that both husband and wife's contribution to their matrimonial properties wouldn't be equal, and as such shouldn't warrant an equal division of matrimonial properties, which actually makes sense. This is a slap in the face of Western laws, ladies and gentlemen. Just when the Western laws are getting more feminine and attractive to many African countries and in favor of women's rights, Kenya says, we are sorry, that's not the direction we want to take. Now, why is this law so important and should be something other African countries should learn from? Why? I'll tell you why. This is because the idea of marriage in our modern era has become more of a financial transaction to particularly women than it being a sacred union. They target a rich man, they have few babies with him, and demand divorce, sometimes for the most ridiculous reasons you may ever consider. They hide all that behind the term irreconcilable differences, and the laws back them by granting them the divorce and splitting the man's property into 2 for her, not being mindful of the challenges that may bring to the kids. They don't actually care. Now, this trend is picking up steam in many African countries, including South Africa, in Ghana, Nigeria, Ivory Coast, and in many other liberal African countries. The notion that you can be a part of a man's life for a short period of time and have access to half of his wealth is simply unfair and unjust, in my opinion. And ladies and gentlemen, I know friends and people from Africa, many African countries, who are suffering from this situation in Europe and in North America. I know wives who are taken overseas from Africa to Europe and in those countries by their husbands, only to be divorced in a couple of years and the man thrown out of his own house in those Western countries. I actually know of a Nigerian friend whose wife accused him of physical abuse, and the legal system had him thrown out of his own home and eventually locked up for months. It's a type of system that doesn't demand any form of accountability on the part of the woman. The wife could literally be lying and cheating or even have a baby for another man while she's still with her husband, and yet the laws will favor the woman in its judgment and kick out the husband. As a result, This has made marriage dangerous and very unattractive to many men from Africa, especially people from West Africa, because you wouldn't even know when your woman may flip on you and take a sizable portion of your hard-earned money. Your hard-earned money with her. In the UK, it's worse. It's just unprofitable to be married, if not for paperwork. It's risky and a threat to many men's livelihoods, knowing that on any given day, with or without any prior signs or notice, a wife can ask for divorce and your life may just come down the drains through alimony payments. And for those who don't know what alimony is, it's a financial commitment from the divorced man most of the times to maintain the lifestyle of the divorced wife, just as she used to be when she was still with him. You have divorced her, but you still have to maintain her lifestyle, even though she's having another man in her life, until she's probably remarried. Else, it may go on for as long as the recipient, which mostly happens to be the woman, proves she needs it for her survival. How does that make sense, first of all, ladies and gentlemen? When a wife cheats on a husband and bears the husband a baby, which is not the husband's biological baby, the husband is still considered the guardian of that child and hence has the financial responsibility of taking care of that kid. An absolute lack of fairness and justice. It's okay to make claims for a certain portion of your husband's matrimonial properties, but not just 50-50 whenever you want. I will always support the rights of women and the protection of women in marriages especially, but I will not be fooled into being considerate for a woman who have taken marriage as a business transaction. I rather believe these type of women, as a matter of fact, are making the real wives who actually deserve such compensations look bad. And surprisingly, these are the trophy wives. These are the ones the guys married after everything was achieved. I mean, just look at some of these female superstars in Hollywood and how much in alimonies they are paid. It's just unjustifiable, and it will easily deplete a man's resources into bankruptcy. No wonder many Western husbands will rather be unemployed to avoid paying such ridiculous monies to such women. A woman could easily choose to have multiple kids with multiple fathers and sit back and pick up checks every month. Every month. Is this right? Where lies accountability on the part of the woman? And the statistics have proven how this contributes to the rising numbers of single parenthoods and the vices associated with such in society. Did you know a large percentage of youth delinquencies arose from kids who grew up in a single parent home, specifically single mother homes? Yeah, look it up. In either the USA or the UK or Canada, same home conditions, same outcomes. It's more likely that a kid who lived with their mothers only goes to jail as a result of a bad deed than those who lived with both parents or even a single father. But because the laws protect such women with all those financial incentives, they are encouraged to behave as such, which feeds into the prison systems in those countries. It's wrong, ladies and gentlemen. It's wrong. The West has many wonderful laws which we in Africa has copied, but this one is wrong. It's targeted at breaking the nuclear families and destroying our societies. Children are better off living in a home with both parents available. So kudos to Kenya. Kudos to the justice system and their president, President Ruto. It's a courageous move and a sign of hope for Africa. It's something that needs to be encouraged if we want to protect our societies. I will end here for now and come your way again with another episode, ladies and gentlemen. And please be kind to subscribe, like, share, leave a comment if you have to. I really need to hear from you to help this channel grow. I'll be posting more pictures of our new setup of our studio eventually. Thanks for your time, and it's bye-bye for now.